Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Waglo, and I finally finished watching The Wrath of Khan.
Holy crap, did you?
Yes, I did.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Do you agree that it's the best Star Trek movie ever?
Well, I mean, I have to watch the rest of them.
Oh, okay.
Like, at this point, I think I can say that the number of Star Trek movies that I've actually watched is 5 or 6.
Okay, so Wrath of Khan,
I've seen
the
Wrath
two
of
new
Khan.
ones.
I've seen the one with I've seen the one with the Klingon ship that cloaks and fires torpedoes.
That's 6.
That's 6. I've seen the 2 new ones, and I have seen First Contact.
Okay. So all pretty solid ones.
And I have seen bits and pieces, but not the whole movies of both Generations and Insurrection.
Okay. Well, since you've watched Wrath of Khan, from here you should obviously go directly on to 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Those are super direct sequels.
I should go back and watch 1.
No, you shouldn't.
But yeah, 3 and 4 really are the ones I should probably go to next.
Or I guess, more specifically, no, you shouldn't unless you're having trouble sleeping at night.
Whatever. It's just something I would put on.
You would fall asleep. I can guarantee you would fall asleep. Objectively speaking, Star Trek 1 is not the worst Star Trek movie ever made, but it is the one I least want to watch again.
Oh, yeah?
Because it is so boring. It's like they tried to make a movie that was nothing but spectacle, which is fine, but they draw out the spectacle for far too long, and there's just no substance behind it either. So it's just yeah. Anyway,
with me once again is
Darth Mecha. I mean, Mechalomaniac.
Yeah.
Darth Mechalomaniac.
Yeah.
It's my tour name, don't you know? No, it's not.
Yeah. So last time we did the updated The Breach queue, which is nice. Like, I actually really like that mission.
I do too. I've been doing it all week, and I'm not super bored of it yet.
I mean, I enjoyed that mission before, but now it's even better. I still say that Cryptic needs to have some kind of random cure, but
we went into that last time.
Yeah, we had a lot of that discussion last time. So this time we're going to go back into doing Foundry missions, and Mecha had noticed that
there's a sequel to Banshee and the Borg.
That's right. So we're going to do this sequel.
It's called The Banshee's New Hope.
Second episode in the Star Trek Spectre of a Lost Empire series. So we'll see how this goes. I think it's kind of amusing that we're going to go see Admiral Tanay on Earth Space Dock, when that is not where her office is, but...
Like I said, when she's here, there's probably some poor intern who just gets thrown out of his office. She's probably not an intern, because she is an admiral.
Yeah.
So, it's probably middle management, like commander or something, gets thrown out of their office, and Tanay just moves in and, throws out all the interesting artwork.
Well, we haven't actually been in this office yet, so we'll see what it is.
It's
also,
true.
It would be pretty funny if we walk through this door and end up on Starbase 39.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you can't attach Foundry missions there.
That is probably what the matter is. It's probably that there wasn't a starting point connection for Admiral Tanay's office itself. Which actually makes sense, because connection, like the start point connections are usually... Okay, no, we are in... Oh my.
We're an older space dock.
This is... Yeah. Oh my.
Interesting.
I didn't actually even know that this version was still in the game. Although I guess they would have had to, because there was still a whole bunch of Foundry missions that would have used this this version of ESD. now that makes her being here even weirder.
Mm-hmm. Do I believe her to be trustworthy?
No.
She is teaching me to use cool lightning powers, though. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess probably not. I made it clear she was an opportunistic Iron Age warlord whose only interest is advancing her own agenda? Yes.
Broadly, I think this mission is having an interesting thing where I'm pretty sure at this point I actually outrank Tanae.
Yes.
But because of the way these things have to be structured, we're still referring to her as a superior. So whatever.
Also, if it's using this this version of Earth Space Dock, it's probably before this rank was in the game.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
I'm pretty sure I'm like 95% sure the Earth Space Dock revamp was before Delta Rising.
Yes. Yes, it was.
So we're going to learn cool lightning powers.
Somehow I'm not entirely sure we will actually be learning cool lightning powers, which would probably make this mission... Like, if this mission was official, it would probably frustrate me. Much like a certain mission in another Star Wars-based MMO.
It'd be really funny.
Whoops. It spawned me above the ground. And you in another map.
Yeah, whatever.
Because that's the way these are working lately.
We'll just deal with it. Oh my god.
What?
They just straight up use the I think they changed it a little. They just straight up use the Sith motto. The Sith. What's the word I'm looking for? The balancing.
Oh,
anyway,
yeah.
You know what'd be really funny? Is if during this part you took footage of us actually playing Tor on Korriban and cut it in.
On one hand,
but then we'd
yes.
have to go capture footage from Tor, which
on the
is
other
too much
hand,
effort for me right now.
Yeah, on the other hand, that is that would be a lot of work, especially since I would need to reinstall Tor.
I would at the very least need to super update it.
Yeah,
I actually want to try the new expansion because I've heard pretty good things as far as the story goes, but
I actually keep
lazy.
hearing good things about all of the expansions, but I don't know. It's just something about the game I've never I guess eventually I reached a point where the game didn't really catch me. Whatever its shtick was never really stuck. And I know that towards the beginning, a lot of it was that it tried too heavily to be classic WoW.
Yeah,
To its
which is
detriment.
funny because at this point it's now basically current WoW.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Tor came out at a time where there were a lot of people who were releasing MMOs that had been in production around when WoW first came out. And so they were, because development had gone on for so long, they were intentionally positioning themselves as, hey, remember when WoW was not for casuals? And
Damn casuals.
And we're trying to go for that niche and not realizing that niche is not enough to sustain a game which has been in development for as long as they have been.
No.
And besides that, like, even ignoring, like, even if you put that aside, like, even if you assume that those people would have been enough to sustain the business model, you still reach a point where you have to realize, like, some of these changes were not made because WoW felt like it. Like, some of these changes were made because, like, that's actually the right thing to do.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So she's not a Sith. She's trying to be one of those, like, gray Jedi wannabes. Because that's what all the cool kids do. Which, I admittedly probably did that back in, when I was like 14 or something too. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to be like both Jedi and Darksider because, that's the cool stuff because then I can both be good and also use lightning.
Like, that's actually kind of, I would imagine, the main reason for that, which is also why some later on Star Wars stuff kind of just intentionally decide to ignore that throwing lightning is inherently dark side. Which also, like, I think is kind of a natural thing to do anyway. Like, I actually really like how Tor handles light side and dark side in general, because it, other than the fact that like, the game itself still doesn't give you abilities, like, the abilities it actually gives you are still, like, very blatant in which way they lean. I like that in general. The way they handle light side and dark side choices are
your actual moral choice.
It's yeah, because it's the way it differentiates them is that light side is basically putting it's basically the needs of many over the needs of yourself, and dark is the opposite. Which is why, like, having light side Sith Empire choices actually makes sense, because your choices are to the betterment of the Empire, not yourself. And, like, I think that actually still makes a lot of sense, and I think that's actually pretty rad. Also, for some reason, there are some Gorn here.
Yes. They're also statues of Klingons.
Oh. That's clearly part of the simulation.
But yeah, I know at some point and this is old EU logic, which is probably not, what's true anymore. But the reasoning for the lightning being dark is like you have to feed on your negative emotions to draw it up.
Like, sure, that's probably true, but I imagine part of that is them just trying to, like, bullshit a justification, so to speak.
Pretty much. But I mean, you can have, like, arguments about, or even just not even arguments, just discussions about, like, morality and the Force and stuff. Kind of the same way you have arguments about D&D alignments.
Yeah.
Like, intent versus what you're doing. Like, for example, I ran the old Star Wars RPG, one of the Wizards of the Coast versions, I forget which, because they've done like 3 of them. And a character was playing a player was playing a Jedi, and at one point he, like, bluff threatened someone, like they was going to hurt them. And I'm, like, warning him, like, okay, so that's, like, totally a dark side thing. And he was arguing with me, like, well, I'm not actually going to do it. But I'm like, yeah, but you're still inciting fear into this guy to get what you want, which is kind of what dark side is.
Yeah.
Even, like, regardless of your intent, you were still trying to use fear to your advantage. So.
But, like, at the same time, like, that's true. But you can also look at, like, what is that necessary? Like, how to put this. On one hand, yes, you're right. Like the end point of what happens there is the person is trying to use a negative emotion to gain advantage over someone. Mm-hmm. But is that like do you personally think that something like that is like more or less quote unquote light than using like mind control? Because mind control is apparently a straight up light side thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. That's why there's discussions about it. Because basically, well, the other thing is from what we've seen, mind control is like. Like, I guess the thing with the mind control that we've seen at least is they've never like been like, okay, use the force to force them to kill themselves or something like that.
Sure. And I don't like I kind of don't really feel one way or the other at the moment, mm-hmm. but it is absolutely something which is kind of interesting on that front.
Yeah, like I said, that's why there are things to debate about all this.
I mean, like that's like one of the reasons why I'm kind of more in favor of, like I'm not in favor of tying the abilities themselves to one side or the other, because the abilities themselves are kind of agnostic. And when you look at what each side does, like there are examples of that where like using it is good and using it is evil, and mm-hmm. it's like the abilities shouldn't be tied so strictly to one side or the other.
I have a feeling you're close to where I am.
I just saw Q.
Yeah. I really like the vocalization of you, like, screaming Q's
yelling
name.
At Q. Yeah, that was like, that's why I just
Q,
saw
you. Like, what?
Uh-oh. Q may have actually teleported us to this place. Because of course Q would do that.
Yep. Q's kind of a jerk.
Yeah. Especially since it's this
maze.
Q. You don't. Apparently, it doesn't look like you have to go. Yeah, you don't have to run through the whole maze. Because once Q does his thing, it basically opens up a hole which takes you right back to that first fight.
Oh, okay. That would help.
Yeah.
Yay. Foresight.
That is a nice thing for the author to have done.
Yes.
Although I would also still say that this whole facility is a little too large.
Yeah, but there's probably only so many like mazes in the game.
Yeah. I don't know whether like this was all prefab or whether he had to do it by hand.
That's a good question.
I'm actually assuming it was done by hand because I actually saw a bit where the walls were like totally freaking out, because I'm pretty sure there were two bits like just stacked on top of each other and hoping that no one would see. Anyway, I just got out of the tomb.
So did I.
So let's see if this sends us to the same map.
Here's open. Korriban's not a fun place. I don't want to be here alone. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Yeah.
Give me a lightsaber. Anyway, yeah, it's just interesting to see different, like how different interpretations of this stuff go over the years too. Now we're still on different maps.
So, okay. Oh. Apparently Q sent us into the past. Oh,
Wow, they did a pretty good job of making these dudes look vaguely, stormtrooper or Sith trooper-ish.
they also put a.
A Klingon, yeah.
Oh no, I haven't gotten to that part just yet. Oh, okay, nope. Here we go. All right. Yeah. But it's like the ship up top is a pretty close approximation with what's available in the game of trying to make a Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
Like, it's not angular enough, but that's also because there aren't any ships of the appropriate size that are that angular.
Yeah, I'm still kind of amazed this hasn't been like cited for removal or something.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if part of it is because like the players who are playing it are so enamored that they don't want to.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I would assume that someone from Cryptic has to be aware of this.
Yeah. Yeah, like this. Here's actually kind of the one thing, and oh boy, yeah, they do a pretty good job of making these faced people look like Sith. I like, broadly speaking, I think that there is actually only one thing which would like very obviously make this like against the terms of service, and I think that's them using the actual queue.
Hmm.
Which I think is actually another thing that they may. I don't know if there's anything that they could have done to make this story work as it is and not have Q.
They could have used another queue.
Yeah, they could have used another Q,
That's the
although
only
like
thing I
that's
think
there are no other Qs that act like Q except for Q Junior.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they probably could have used someone like the Traveler.
Yeah.
Or could have just been just straight up time traveling people. Like, it's not like there aren't a lot of those wandering
Davidians.
through. Yes.
Davidians went into Star Wars.
I mean, the Davidians might as well be Force ghosts.
Yes.
Just evil Force ghosts.
Oh. Those exist too.
Yeah, well, of course.
Or used to. XR Coon.
Hey!
Oh, hey, we're all here. Yay.
Hey!
Yay. Let's go cause some fear and pain and suffering. Yay, dark side.
Yeah, you would be all over that. Right,
I'll have you know I have eight Old Republic characters. No. 9 Old Republic characters. Yeah, the extra one is dark. Well, no, the extra one is Sith, but they're light side ish.
That's way more Old Republic than I felt like playing.
Yeah, I played through every single class.
I played through a few, but
And
not
then the extra
like,
character was for PvP ish stuff. Also, I would have played Caperson.
Okay. I mean, those stories were actually pretty good, but I couldn't. I guess I just couldn't stand it that long at the time that I was playing. Like, they actually did reach a point where they made it easier.
Yeah, when I finished the last one. Oh, okay. I am super impressed by this one. This lady over here. That is basically an Imperial uniform.
Wow, yeah. That is that is a very good use of the Dyson
Complete,
uniform.
yeah, complete with the like little cybernetic bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, later on, or actually, I think it's based on when they released the last expansion, or just before they rebalance everything so that leveling you only need to do the story missions and the story missions and then the planet story to actually stay competitively leveled.
Hmm. All right. Well, it told us to follow. Oh. Right. No. No. She's just straight up gone. Okay.
She's like follow to the main hall, so we have to go to the main hall, which is like all the way over here.
Yeah. They wasn't the last. I think it was the previous expansion, but I think what was happening is that for the previous expansion, what they were doing is that they were offering basically a number of tokens if you were either a subscriber or you bought the expansion or something. That
Yeah,
if you use it on a character, it boosted their story XP. Um, which, like, okay, that's a good thing to do. I think you have to go back into this
yeah, we
upper
do.
corridor. Like especially like if you're playing multiple characters,
Thank me.
it's
Except by
kind
that point, I'd done it the hard way.
yeah, like it's just the missions are fun enough the first time, but if you're playing a new character, you don't care about the side trash
Yeah,
that the game has you do in order to like fill out your XP.
yeah.
Like you only care about your story stuff.
Relatedly, I never want to see the planet Terrace ever again. Ever.
Yeah, yeah, and also some of those planets were not that great.
Terrace is the only one I really well.
I guess for me, like one of the things is
Terrace and
whether I
Hoth.
enjoyed the planet was very heavily tied to whether I enjoyed the story,
Yeah,
and for the most part, like a lot of that story was for the um, was like the class stuff because yeah, the sort of generic stuff was.
Hoth tend to be pretty bad,
Yeah.
depending on side at least.
Oh, that's an interesting shuttle to be here, like thousands of years in the past.
Mm-hmm. It's the most Star Warsy looking one, though.
Yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is.
I mean, they could have if they were able to retexture Delta Flyer or something.
Ooh. Yeah. Yep, and there was a wall that was freaking out.
Yep.
Likes to interrogate.
Hey, look, it's Slade Wilson. It's like they're changing just enough to not get sued, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, not, sued, but. Shere Khan. Okay. So this mission set continues to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thousands of years in the past, people still trying to kill us.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be fair to these people, they don't know us. But that will be rectified.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there goes Slade Wilson. Yep. Oh, there he is.
There it is.
That's weird. He died, like, over here.
Yeah, he... Yeah, I think that's just a engine limitation.
Mm-hmm. More people trying to kill us. And failing.
Huh. Pulled out a melee weapon that didn't... It looked like half of a bat'leth.
It's a lightsaber.
No, it was definitely not. Okay, no, this guy just pulled out a bat'leth. Okay.
A light bat'leth.
Man, I wish they could use the light bat'leth in here. I'm pretty sure they can't use that as a costume option, though. I may have to look into that, but I'm pretty sure they can't.
Well, then they'd really get sued.
I mean, it's in the game.
Yeah, I know. But they're already pushing the Star Wars thing.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's get out of here.
Let's blow this thing and go home.
Yep.
I said that last week, didn't I?
Yeah.
I think I did.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Okay.
That's okay. Oh, you annoyed that group.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. You do tend to. That's okay. Now we're fighting all
Can't
these
help it.
guard
I just
number
like
twos.
killing random people who are going to shoot me anyway.
They're
So
like not even
first.
giving us XP.
That's just a thing. No, I'm getting XP.
Like I'm getting a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit.
Like 72 specialization experience. Yeah, let's. Like, eventually Foundry missions do just stop giving you XP, but
Yes.
I don't think this will do it.
Yeah, we haven't had the point where there's enough combat yet to reach the cap.
Those Those meat grinder ones tend to do it, but you need to go through like 2 of them or something like that.
Makes sense. Also, yep, of course. Using orbital strike.
Well, you could use that in Tor.
Yeah, the Tor version of orbital strike is so much better.
Oh, it really is. Well, it's also like one of the last abilities you get.
Well, yes, but even more than that, like the big thing about it is that in STO, it's designed as like it's basically an ultimate ability, but it's not statted like an ultimate ability. But in Tor, it's just like it is part of the rotation. So it hits like kind of appropriately for like what it's meant to be, whereas like in STO it feels like it should be hitting for a lot more than it does.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying. Like Orbital Strike is kind of at a point where, like, as much as I like the ability, it shouldn't be here. Because it's not hitting for as hard as it should be.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll kind of fix that with the skill revamp.
Probably not, because, well, maybe, but I kind of don't think so. Because for 2 reasons. The first is that like they haven't done the thing to. Like, I know at one point Cryptic talked about wanting to change the way your captain abilities are, so that they were a little bit more slottable. Like kind of a combination of the kit powers and the way your bridge officer powers work. But I don't think I don't think that stuff is connected to the skill tree rebuild. And Orbital Strike is just a level granted power. It's not one that is gotten through the skill tree. So.
Okay, so we're using...
Oh my goodness. The plan here to get us back into the present is
crazy.
Amazing.
Also a predestination paradox?
Yes. Wow. Yep, this is something, all right. Oh, they even put some worker bees in here. Neat.
You mean TIE fighters? Well, they're not TIE fighters,
No,
actually. They're nothing like TIE fighters.
Yeah.
But tiny fighters.
Sure. Let's just
we're
go
in
with
different
that.
ones again. Okay.
Oh, we are? Oh, yeah, we are. Okay. Yeah, I should have realized, and then I forgot.
It's every other one.
Yeah, actually, that's basically what's been going on. Although it wasn't quite, because there were, like, we did have a map transition when we went from, well, I don't know if it may not have actually been a whole other map, but there was a map transition when we went from the outside of Korriban to the temple.
Also,
then,
I just had the most amazing thought.
What?
I don't think he watches these. I should show this to Rika.
Oh my goodness, yes, we should totally show. Yeah, I know he doesn't watch my series, which is sad, but yes, we should show this one and the previous one to him. He would be amused.
I just want to tell him to go play it blind without saying anything.
Oh, even better.
That's more hilarious.
Oh, even better.
And then, I should wait till I'm actually physically over there to do it, because that'd be really funny. I have to remember to do that next time I'm actually over there.
Yeah.
Friend of ours who I live near physically.
I'll have to try to remember to remind you. I probably will not be able to, but I'll try to remember. That would be amusing.
That would be really amusing.
In fact, I would also think it'd be pretty great if you could record such a impression, but that's probably not going to happen.
I'd have to ask him. Also, like, doing that would kind of give away that there's something about it.
Yeah, that's also true.
Maybe I'll just point it to him on the internet or whatever. Just be like, hey, you should totally play this one. Where's the thing I need to click? Oh, through here. Okay. Or that.
Oh, did you just get...
I get your prompts, yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh. Foundry missions.
Little janky.
Yeah. A bit janky. Yeah, I don't know if there's something that Cryptic has done recently which has been causing these to break the way they have been.
I've got no idea.
It's just kind of strange. Because like we played a bunch of Foundry missions.
Yeah, we played them before and didn't have problems.
It didn't have issues like these. Yeah, here we are back in the same map.
Throw my thermal detonator at him.
The explosion's not big enough to be a thermal detonator.
That's true.
Now, if we had the what's the one I'm looking for? The version of those that Romulan NPCs use.
Oh yeah.
No, they're drone versions, the ones that explode, that actually do explode in nuclear fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're killing tons of guys that are, theoretically aligned to us. This actually really is a lot like Tor. At least the Imperial side.
Don't throw lightning in the battle bridge.
I can just shoot him, right?
Yeah, but we can shoot him. Also acceptable in here. Orbital strikes.
Yep.
I mean, it's not lightning.
No. It's fine. But yeah, it is amusing because out of the 4 Imperial classes, the final enemies you fight in all but one of them are Imperial characters.
Yeah.
And then the one you fight in the Imperial Agent storyline is just kind of unaligned to anybody. Okay, so now we are going to Admiral Domiad Kaas. This is not Admiral Dromond Kaas.
It's like as we keep going further and further into these things, they're becoming more and more blatant. Like I just kind of feel like once we get to like once the 3rd episode comes out, it's just like not even going to be masking their intent anymore.
No, the final boss is just straight up be like Darth Vader or something.
Yeah, like it'll just be called the Force. All right, if we find this last mission, because I don't actually think it's out yet, I will need to remember to actually equip one of my light weapons.
I have to go replace the hyperdrive exciter. Not the motivator, the exciter.
Yeah, like obviously different things. Actually, that was kind of something that I was noticing as well when I was watching Wrath of Khan. Just a lot of the terminology they were using about like ship components and how little of that were like ever brought up in later Trek stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, they made it a lot more accessible in Wrath of Khan. Like they don't shroud the stuff behind like technobabble.
Yeah. Alright, so that was their attempt to do the typical like repair dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, here's what you need to do. Remember all that? Okay, now do it.
And if you click it wrong, you just have to do it again.
Yeah, in fact, what's interesting for that one is because those same like the same functionality isn't necessarily in the Foundry. It just loops you back to that same option. So like, oh yeah, just try it again.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, it makes it easier, sure, but it's still interesting that they attempted to do the same concept.
Yeah.
Speak with Maeve 2. Oh no, another one.
Now they're ripping off the Spider-Man clone saga. Wait, clones. Star Wars. Crap! Well, let's go board the Imperial Battlesphere.
And just get
They should give it a better name, like the Doom Moon. Imperial Doom Moon.
No, it just doesn't roll off the tongue very well.
Yeah, you're right, it doesn't. The Execution Base? No.
No.
Darksaber? No. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That was, amusingly enough, that was the very first Star Wars EU novel I ever read. Just because I thought the title was cool. It's kind of amazing I kept reading more.
I actually can't remember which was the first one I read.
Darksaber's just
pretty sure it wasn't
goofy.
one of the X-Wing books. I think
Those
I
were
read
good.
I think I read a Thrawn one first.
Those were also good.
Yeah.
Like the Thrawn trilogy, and then the later Thrawn duology, and the blah blah blah. All the X-Wing books are like the height of what was good about those EU novels.
Mm-hmm. Although the X-Wing books were really good, and until I guess they they finished their first arc, and so they basically had like two books which were just sort of side stories written by different authors, and like they were still fine, but like they weren't to the same quality.
Yeah, you're right. I should say the Rogue Squadron ones were more interesting. When they did Wraith Squadron, it was a neat concept, but I didn't like it as much as the Rogue books. The For I Stand, I've never read them, but I believe the Rogue Squadron stuff continued in comic books too. Which I should probably catch up on, because I think a lot of old Dark Horse's old Star Wars stuff ended up on Marvel Unlimited now, since I guess owning Star Wars gives Marvel the right to reprint those.
I know that they are also on Comixology.
Yeah. See, with Marvel Unlimited, I don't have to pay money for them. Well, I mean, I do, but
I am fighting like 5 of this one dude. That is some impressive force magics.
yep. I like how they froze him in time here for 2,000 years to fight us.
No, I did. Wait, did they actually say that?
Yeah, he said they figured that Maeve and her cronies would end up here 2,000 years in the future, or at some point in the future. So he's been waiting there. That's some dedication, man.
Yeah, that's dedication.
It's like that one Crusader from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So dude's kind of kicking my ass. At least 5 of the dude is kicking my ass. Okay, there we go.
Though the transition after it ends seems abrupt.
Yeah. Oh. What?
Oh, okay. I guess they're explaining why it seems abrupt. Huh. You know, if this was actually an official mission, it ends with something that would have been kind of an interesting reward. But since it's not, it's kind of sad. And shameless advertising. But yeah, that was actually pretty neat.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. Huh. All right, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing them do more with this.
So the one thing I'm wondering, unfortunately, it didn't actually complete for me.
No?
It reset back to like one of the things on the planet.
Uh-oh. Oof, that's not good.
Yeah, I'll go do it later. Okay, yeah, the other one is not up yet.
Yeah,
Actually,
I mean, I searched for Banshee.
Yeah,
just to try and find this one. Yeah, so it looks like the other one's not done.
I kind of wish
that makes me wonder. Like, is it even still in production, or
yeah? Because if this is that old,
yeah, like if this one had the old ESD, is
on the other
third
hand.
one...
I was going to say, on the other hand, the location to start it is on new ESD.
Yeah, that's true. So like he probably, I could actually probably see him saying, like, seeing the author having intentionally chosen, like, if old ESD is one of the options for a map, like you're going into a turbo lift to go downstairs. Mm-hmm. So like this floor is clearly not all of Earth space dock. So it's kind of reasonable to say that, like the old ring is probably still on a lower level, especially since like the outer structure of Earth space dock hasn't actually changed in the rebuild.
Yeah,
they didn't. The only time the outer structure of Earth space dock changed was, long time ago. Long time ago. I don't even think
I think these are the only two.
Yeah.
Alas.
Oh well. So yeah, that was actually kind of neat.
Yeah, like I said, they're interesting.
Well, so on that front, then I know Mecca will have to just finish off, but
yeah, I'll go back and do it again later.
But
at some point.
For the two of us combined, I think that'll be it for this week. We didn't really talk about news, but that's also because there wasn't really any.
No, there's a new story thing, and there was a live blog.
Yeah, they did
stream blog thing for the skill thing. Which
they did a live stream.
I didn't see
earlier today. Today being the day this was recorded. To talk a little bit about the new skill system. I watched a bit of it, not a lot of it. I had other things to do, but the bits that I caught were Like it was basically they had the guy talking about like basically information we already knew.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing too special, but it's quite possible that I may have missed like an actual big announcement. But yeah, that's it for us for this week. Hope people like this, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye, everyone, and may the force be with you. Again.
It's not
Always.
May yet, though. It's not May yet, though.
Almost. Oh, crap, we should have saved this for May 4th.